As the sun rose on the quiet streets of Seoul, a sinister figure slipped into the shadows, his deeds leaving a chilling imprint on the city's history. The early morning hours in Seoul carry a certain tranquility, an almost deceptive calm. The city, with its towering skyscrapers and bustling markets, gradually stirs to life as the dawn breaks. Yet, beneath this serene facade, a dreadful reality lurks. An undercurrent of fear, a pervasive sense of unease grips the city's inhabitants. They speak in hushed whispers, their eyes darting nervously towards the shadows. There's a nameless entity, an unseen terror, haunting the city's street corners and narrow alleyways. A specter that strikes when the city is at its most vulnerable, in the stillness of the pre-dawn hours. This invisible menace, this phantom of the night, has been the source of many a sleepless night, the cause of countless whispered conversations among the city dwellers. It's as if the city is under the grip of a dreadful nightmare, one from which it's desperate to wake up. Now let's give this faceless fear a name. Yoo Young-chul, a name that would soon send shivers down the spine of every resident of this bustling metropolis. Young-chul, a figure of terror and mystery, is yet unknown to the public. His deeds, however, paint a grim picture of a ruthless predator, a relentless hunter who preys on the city's most vulnerable. His victims, mostly wealthy seniors and prostitutes, are found in the most gruesome state, their final moments filled with unimaginable terror. The city's rumor mill churns out terrifying tales of this unknown menace, each more horrifying than the last. Yet, amidst all the speculation and fear, one thing is certain. The city of Seoul is under the grip of a relentless terror, a shadowy figure whose name is yet to be revealed, whose deeds have earned him a dreadful moniker: the Raincoat Killer. As the city awoke to another day of fear, little did they know, the Raincoat Killer had claimed another victim. In the reign of the Raincoat Killer, no one was safe. The wealthy, the vulnerable, all fell prey to his horrifying spree. This reign of terror took place in South Korea's bustling capital, Seoul. Yoo Young-chul, known infamously as the Raincoat Killer, had a twisted sense of justice. He targeted two distinct groups, wealthy seniors and prostitutes. The diversity in his targets was as chilling as the murders themselves. Wealthy seniors, individuals who had often spent their lives building fortunes, found themselves on the grim list of the Raincoat Killer's victims. These were people who had worked tirelessly for a secure, peaceful retirement. Yet, in the face of the Raincoat Killer, their wealth and age offered no protection. Prostitutes too were not spared from Yoo Young-chul's rampage. These women, already marginalized and vulnerable, were singled out for their profession. The Raincoat Killer's twisted sense of morality saw them as deserving of their violent ends. The brutality of the murders was shocking. Yoo Young-chul didn't just kill his victims, he mutilated them, leaving behind horrifying crime scenes. This wasn't just a man killing for thrill or personal gain, this was someone making a grotesque statement. The citizens of Seoul found themselves living in a city plagued by fear. As news of each murder spread, so did the collective dread. No one felt safe. Everyone was a potential target. The Raincoat Killer was not only robbing people of their lives, but also stealing the sense of security from an entire city. The reign of the Raincoat Killer was a time of uncertainty and terror. Each new day brought with it the possibility of another heinous crime, another life cruelly snuffed out. People were not just losing their lives to this man, they were losing their peace, their security, and their faith in humanity. With each passing day, the body count rose and so did the city's dread. As the city trembled in fear, little did they know, the monster walked among them, hiding in plain sight. Meet Yoo Young-chul, the man behind the moniker, the Raincoat Killer. A seemingly ordinary individual, with an extraordinarily dark side. Born into a broken home, Yoo's early life was marked by hardship and neglect. His father, a violent alcoholic, and his mother, absent due to work, left Yoo to fend for himself in a world that seemed to offer him nothing but pain. These formative experiences would shape the man he would become, a man capable of unspeakable acts. As he grew, Yoo developed a twisted worldview, seeing society as a brutal hierarchy where the rich preyed on the poor. This resentment towards the wealthy and the privileged would fuel his murderous spree, as he targeted wealthy seniors and prostitutes, individuals he saw as symbols of the society he despised. But how did he manage to evade capture for so long? Yoo was a master of blending in, of being just another face in the crowd. He was careful, meticulous in his planning, always ensuring he left no trace behind. He would strike under the cover of darkness, donning a raincoat to shield his identity and protect against the elements. The raincoat became his signature, his calling card, and the source of his chilling nickname. His personality was as complex as his motives. To some he was charming, charismatic, even kind. He was able to form relationships, to gain people's trust. But underneath this facade lay a man consumed by rage and a desire for revenge. A man who saw violence as the only means to express his anger and frustration. He was a ticking time bomb, waiting to explode. And explode he did, leaving a trail of destruction in his wake. His victims, innocent individuals, caught in the crossfire of his war against society. His actions, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk within the human heart. In the eyes of the law, Yu Young-chul was just another face in the crowd, but beneath the surface, a monster lurked. The reign of the Raincoat Killer was not to last forever. The end was near, and it was as chilling as the spree itself. In the summer of 2004, the reign of terror that had gripped Seoul for months finally came to a halt. The man behind the mask, Yu Young-chul, was apprehended by authorities. The capture was not the end of a suspenseful movie chase, but rather the result of diligent police work. The authorities had managed to trace a phone call made from one of the victims' mobile phones, leading them straight to Yu Young-chul. When the citizens of Seoul discovered the identity of the man who had been terrorizing their city, their reactions were a mix of relief and horror. Relief, because the reign of the Raincoat Killer was over. Horror, because the man responsible for these heinous crimes was one of their own. He was not a mythical monster, he was a man who had lived among them, who had shared their streets, their shops, and their city. The trial was a spectacle that riveted the nation. The courtroom was packed to the brim with lawyers, reporters, and curious onlookers. Every detail of Yu Young-chul's gruesome crimes were laid bare for all to see. The evidence was irrefutable, the testimonies chilling. The public reaction was a mix of shock, anger, and disbelief. Some called for the death penalty, others simply wanted to understand why. Why had he done it? What had driven him to such extremes? As the gavel fell and the sentence was passed, there was a palpable sense of relief. The monster had been unmasked. The reign of the Raincoat Killer was over. Yet, there was also a sense of unease. Yu Young-chul was a man, a human being just like anyone else. It was a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk within the human heart. The Raincoat Killer was no more, but his legacy of terror would haunt Seoul for years to come. The story of the Raincoat Killer is a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk in the most unexpected places. The reign of Yu Young-chul, who came to be known as the Raincoat Killer, left an indelible impact on South Korean society. A wave of fear washed over the nation as the grim details of his gruesome crimes came to light. In a society known for its respect towards the elderly and its low crime rate, the Raincoat Killer's selection of wealthy seniors as his primary victims shattered the public's sense of safety and security. This horrifying series of events led to a significant shift in the societal mindset. There was a renewed emphasis on community vigilance and personal safety measures. The national conversation shifted towards the importance of mental health and the need for more robust criminal justice policies. The Raincoat Killer's reign of terror had forever changed the way South Koreans viewed their own safety. Yet, the legacy of the Raincoat Killer extends beyond the societal changes his crimes spurred. His story has permeated popular culture, becoming a grotesque fascination for many. His tale has been retold in various forms, from books to films, each rendition attempting to dissect the psyche of this monstrous figure. Despite the horrifying nature of his crimes, or perhaps because of it, the Raincoat Killer has become a symbol of the macabre, a grim reminder of the depths of human depravity. The Raincoat Killer's impact, however, is not confined to the realm of the grotesque. His story serves as a stark reminder of the importance of vigilance, of the need for societal support systems, and of the darkness that can lurk in the most unexpected of places. Yu Young-chul, the Raincoat Killer, may be gone, but his chilling legacy continues to haunt the streets of Seoul to this day.